Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. So before we start our discussion for today's lesson, I would like to have a short prayer. Let me share my screen with you.
Biyaya ng Diyos ang bagong umagang sumasa atin, kaya naman manalangin tayo. Sa ngalan ng Ama, at ng Anak, at ng Espiritu Santo. Amen. Panginoon ko at Diyos ko, maraming salamat sapagkat ginising mo ako ngayong umaga. Isang bagong araw na naman ang aking haharapin, at dahil dito, lubos-lubos ang aking pasasalamat. Sa unang mga sandali ng aking araw, nais kong mapuspos ng iyong biyaya at pagmamahal. Kaya narito ako upang makapiling ka sa panalangin. Panginoon ko at Diyos ko, naniniwala at nananalig ako na naririto ka at kapiling ko sa mga sandaling ito, na nakikita mo ako at iyong naririnig ang aking mga daing, mga kahilingan at mga panalangin. Marapatin mo sanang maging mabunga ang panahong ito ng aking pananalangin at pakikipag-ugnayan sa iyo. Panginoon ko, nasusulat nga at iyong ipinaalala sa akin. Tandaan mo ang bilin ko. Magpakatatag ka at lakasan mo ang iyong loob. Huwag kang matatakot o mawawala ng pag-asa, sapagkat akong Panginoon na iyong Diyos ay kasama mo saan ka man magpunta. Kaya naman Panginoon, ngayong umaga, sa iyong presensya at pagdamay mo ako kumakapit upang maharap ko ng may katatagan at katapangan ang araw na itong ibinigay mo sa akin. Huwag kang matatakot o mawawala ng pag-asa, sapagkat akong Panginoon na iyong Diyos ay kasama mo saan ka man magpunta. Ang iyong tapat na salita ang pinagkukuhanan ko ng lakas sa umaga na ito, Panginoong Hesus. Napapanatag akong maalala na tunay ngang kasama kita, anuman ang harapin ko sa araw na ito. Mapagmahal na Panginoon ko at Diyos ko, nalalaman kong mahal mo ako at binabantayan mo ako palagi, sa oras man ng kasiyahan at lalong-lalo na sa panahon ng kagipitan at pagsubok. Tulungan mo akong huwag makalimot sa katotohanan ito. Maraming salamat po sa biyaya mong pag-ibig at pag-iingat na di mo ipinagkait sa akin sa kabila ng lahat ng kasalanan at pagkukulang ko. Maging malay nawa ako sa iyong dakilang pag-ibig at maipadama ko rin ang pag-ibig na ito sa aking mga kapwa. Panginoon, hindi ko man nalalaman ang lahat ng mangyayari sa araw na ito at sa hinaharap, hindi ako matatakot o mababalisa. Puno ng pag-asa akong magpapatuloy sa araw na ito, sa aking mga dapat gawin, dahil na rin sa iyong pagtulong. Ang sabi mo nga, huwag kang matatakot o mawawala ng pag-asa, sapagkat akong Panginoon na iyong Diyos ay kasama mo saan ka man magpunta. Panginoon, magmula nawa sa iyong paggabay ang lahat ng aking mga gagawin sa araw na ito at ng aking maisakotuparan ng mga ito sa tulong na rin ng iyong awa at pagmamahal. Ikaw nawa ang maging inspirasyon at dahilan ng aking patuloy na paggawa upang makamit ko ang kaganapan ng mga ito. Punuin mo ako ng sigla nang magampanan ko ang mga tungkulin ko sa araw na ito. Panginoon, Dalangin ko na basbasan mo ang aking mga sinasabi, mga iniisip at aking mga ginagawa at gagawin pa, nang ang lahat ng mga ito ay maging kalugod-lugod sa iyo. Sa pamamagitan nawa ng mga ito ay makapagpuri at makapagpasalamat ako sa iyo. Mapamalas ko nawa ang pag-ibig ko sa iyo sa araw na ito. Panginoon ko at Diyos ko, masilayan nawa kita ngayon ng lubusan. Ibigin nawa kita ng buong wagas at masundan nawa kita ng malapitan sa bawat sandali ng araw na ito. Ito ang aking pagsusumamo na itinataas ko sa iyo, Panginoon ko at Diyos ko, sa tulong na rin ng mabisang pamamagitan ng mahal na Birheng Maria. Aba, Ginoong Maria, napupuno ka ng grasya. Ang Panginoong Diyos ay sumasa iyo. Bukod kang pinagpala sa babaeng lahat at pinagpala naman ang iyong anak na si Jesus. Santa Maria, Ina ng Diyos, ipanalangin mo kaming makasalanan, ngayon at kung kami mamamatay. Amen. Luwalhati sa Ama, sa Anak at sa Espiritu Santo, kapara noong unang-una, ngayon at magpakailanman. Amen. Sa ngalan ng Ama, at ng Anak, at ng Espiritu Santo. Amen.
Okay, so that's it. Let's now continue with our discussion for today. Let me share my PowerPoint presentation. Okay. Now, as you can see, we will be talking about our subject, no? Which is the culminating activity for humanities and social sciences. This subject was formerly known as the work immersion, but in the curriculum guide, there are series of subjects that in lieu of work immersion, there will be changes. It could be work immersion, pwedeng culminating activity, pwedeng career advocacy, and then pwedeng research or capstone. Now, in our case, as per Department of Education Memorandum Curriculum Instruction Memorandum 2020-0085. This is the guideline for work immersion implementation during the crisis situation. So, ito ang pinapagamit sa atin ng Department of Education na kailangan sundin sa ating kapalit ng work immersion. Yan ang pinagbasihan ko. So for our week 1 today, start our week 1, our most essential learning competencies is to formulate a plan that will demonstrate the key concept, principles, and processes of humanities and social sciences. So, ano yung ating lesson 1 dun sa sa week 1 natin? Of course, we will formulate a plan that will demonstrate the key concept, principle, and processes of humanities and social sciences. So this time, we will have a planning, no? A planning. When we say planning, magpaplano tayo kung ano ang ating gagawin. So, to continue, moving on, our objective of this lesson for this week is that you are expected to know and understand the term portfolio, and its purpose, identify the different types of portfolio, and determine the parts of portfolio. Now, in planning, one of our objective is to make a portfolio. In our culminating activity, we will be having a creative portfolio. And with that portfolio, we will we will plan ahead what are the things to do. No? Ano dapat gawin? So, ang gagawin natin, gagawa tayo at the end of the semester ng isang creative portfolio. Now, general instruction for this week, that you are holding this module, make sure that read and follow instruction carefully in each lesson. Take note and record points for clarification. Do the activities to fully understand each lesson. Answer all the given tests and exercises. So what is a portfolio? A portfolio is a flat case for carrying papers and drawing, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary in 2015. Indeed, portfolio are used by painters, architects, and other artists to showcase sample of their best work. Portfolio in education, on the other hand, contains sample or evidence of what students have learned in a particular subject area at a given time. So, hindi naman ninyo ikakaila, for sure, naka-encounter naman kayo kung paano gumawa ng isang portfolio. So, yun ang portfolio. Pero may iba't ibang tawag ang portfolio, okay? Sabi nga, a portfolio is a purposeful integrated collection of student work showing effort, progress, or achievement in one or more areas. This is according to Bellegarde, Berg, and Pugatri 2008. It is also a record of learning that focuses on student work and the reflection in the work, according to Benson and Barnett in 1999. Indeed, it is another way of assessing student learning without the use of standardized tests and evaluation. In fact, this is a very good formative assessment for distance learning. In general, there are 4 types of portfolio in education. First is the showcase portfolio. Similar to the original meaning of portfolio, a showcase portfolio is a collection of student-based work in a given discipline or subject area. The student is the one who select which he or she consider the best. Why? So if you remember, meron kayong mga compilation ng mga activities ninyo, doon nyo ilalagay yan. That's what we call showcase portfolio. Then we have growth portfolio. A growth portfolio demonstrate how students develop a particular skill or knowledge over the time. It provide evidence of a student progress in learning area. Unlike a showcase portfolio, you not only see student best work, but also the student journey toward achieving excellence and giving the skills. So, pag growth portfolio, pwede kang, meron kang yung starting point, no? Parang graph siya, no? Eventually, you are increasing, no? Not declining, no? Increasing. That's a growth portfolio. Then another is project portfolio. A project portfolio emphasizes how student completed a discipline-based procedure process. This project documented usually represent the task or the skill for professional in the field usually in real life. So, meron ka naman tinatawag na project portfolio. For example, meron kang sa subject ninyo ng UMS, halimbawa, DIAS, Discipline Ideas, so pinagawa kayo ng portfolio. That's a project portfolio. Now, then the last one is what we call academic portfolio or standards-based portfolio. An academic portfolio is a collection of student work that represent achievement of the content and performance standard for a given course. So makikita ninyo, ang academic portfolio iba sa lahat dun sa nauna. Kasi dito, an academic portfolio, hindi lang student work, kundi ang kanyang content at saka performance standard doon sa buong kurso nakikita. So, ibig sabihin, it's an application of what you have learned. Now, for our strand, Humanities and Social Sciences, individual learning portfolio shall be combining the element of the showcase portfolio and the standardized based portfolio. So pagsasamahin natin to, this means that your portfolio must contain your best work or significant experience in each of the subject you have taken under the humanities and social science track. Now, so the following are the portfolio guidelines. Ito po yung gagawin ninyo. Now, ang title is My Yomes Portfolio. You may use any printed format this portfolio as long as it contains the required component. It must comply with the criteria as reflected in the rubric provided that I will be giving to you on later part. So, yan. Kailangan merong My Yomes Portfolio. Then, another is the purpose of the portfolio. The second part, my first part, My Yomes Portfolio. Second part, Roman numeral number 2, purpose of the portfolio, to showcase the student best work that reflect achievement learned in each specialized subject under humanities. Of course, in your case, iibahin ninyo. So, to showcase your work, no? Ibahin mo yung statement. What is your purpose of that portfolio? And then the parts of the portfolio. First, the cover page. The student may creatively design the cover as long as it includes the following information. Of course, the name of the student, grade level, section, school year, name of school, and name of the teacher. Second part, portfolio checklist and self-assessment. Checklist of requirements and the self-assessment using the rubric provided. Later, I will be giving the rubric, and then, of course, you have the checklist of your portfolio. And then, of course, the very important thing, the table of content, and then the preface. The preface is the narrative that provides the brief background of yourself. Why are you making portfolio? It must also describe the reasons, the process you in selecting the artifacts of work you have included in your portfolio. Finally, it should include your overall reflection and learning. Take note ha, si preface at saka si purpose of portfolio, hindi sila nagkakalayo. So, pwedeng pagbasihan mo doon ang purpose of the portfolio mo sa preface mo. But this one, in the preface, is more of a narrative of your portfolio. And then, number 5 is the presentation of selected work. So, format natin, subject, tapos identify the subject where each the article belongs. So for example, unang subject, introduction of world religion. Second subject, discipline ideas in social sciences. Third subject, creative writing, creative nonfiction, discipline ideas in social sciences. Philippine politics and governance, trends and critical thinking in the 21st century, community engagement, solidarity, and citizenship. So ilang subject ito ng social sciences? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 dapat lahat yan na meron laman ng mga work ninyo, each of the subject. And then the artifacts. The student best work may include actual student output within or outside the class, photo of a school presentation performance, or reflection paper, awards, commendation. You may include memorabilia related to the main article you are presenting. Now, try to recall your subject. Ano yung mga activity nyo, pwede nyong ilagay doon. Okay? You try to go back to your assignments, yung mga performance tasks na binigay ng teachers ninyo. And then, of course, description of the artifact. So, for example, may pinagawa sa inyo sa Introduction to World Religion na mga activity. So, i-describe mo yun, anong pinagawa, ano yung natutunan mo, what, when, where, how, and why of that artifact. No? And then, the learning goals. Ano yung natutunan mo doon sa artifact na pinagawa sa inyo ng teacher ninyo? Anong content standard, anong performance standard ang natutunan ninyo? And then, of course, reflection on the artifact. This may include your most significant learning about yourself or the subject. And then, of course, the personal vision and goal for the future. Okay. The narrative that describe your dream, your goal, and aspiration for yourself for the next 10 years. Some questions you may use your guide of are the following. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? What would you be doing? Ito yung mga tanong na pwede mong sagutin. What have you achieved personally and professionally? What would you do to make this dream aspiration happen? Okay. Now, ito ang catch nito. Week 1 performance task. Prepare an e-portfolio template. So gagawa na kayo ng e-portfolio template. So paano gagawin? Use PowerPoint presentation as the application for a portfolio. Gagamit kayo ng PowerPoint presentation para sa inyong e-portfolio. So, group work. Ito ang catch, no? Group work. Hindi ito individual. Yung unlike yung dito, dati, sinasabi ko individual, but this time, kasi alam ko yung ang hirap ng kinalalagyan nyo. So, para mas, mapagaan ko kayo, gagawin instead na individual work, group work kayo, no? Group work, teamwork. Yung group nyo sa inquiries, investigation, immersion, same group. Then, e-portfolio that will be submitted is inclusive only for parts pa lang. Not yet the content ha. Yung isasabit nyo pa lang, parts pa lang. Titingnan ko lang kung paano nyo ginawa. And then ito yung day 1 natin, synchronous meeting. And then day 2 and 4, asynchronous na. So this is the time to do your tasks. So I hope this is clear. Now, our thought for the week, life is a mountain. Your goal is to find your path, not to reach the top. This is by Maxim Lidis. I hope you understand. Thank you so much. This is Master Mayorico C. Apilado Jr., Master Teacher 2 of the Senior High School Humanities and Social Sciences. Thank you.